It was historic, and actually I'm pretty emotional right now. We brought together about 45 growers. They submitted over 60 plants, and we just awarded first, second, and third prize for 3 different categories: hybrid, sativa, and indica. And we had judges, Ed Rosenthal, Farmer Tom, several other, Pioneer Pete, that really took time off from their family and weekend to come and be part of this. All of our exhibitors really funded putting the whole show together. Don Morse from Oregon Business Council, it was his baby, his idea, and he basically presented it to the fair. The fairgrounds has been asking me, I'm a professional event planner for 30 years, to bring an event down here forever. So when we finally came to them with this idea, they were so excited. The press has been unheard of. Associated Press ran an article, and it's been reposted to Wall Street Journal, San Francisco Chronicle, New York Times, just amazing, and bringing light to this beautiful plant. And I'll tell you, it's personal for me because I believe marijuana actually helped to save my son's life. It's another story, but I believe that the medical benefits of this plant and what it's going to do for this industry, as well as the money from tax dollars that will go to education and mental health, because that is a huge problem in our world. We wonder where all these troubled people are coming from. Well, they're on opiates and narcotics that make you crazy. And I know that sounds, but it basically, I actually was addicted to Ambien and never really got a full night's sleep. Doctors just kept wanting to prescribe me different things. A friend gave me a CBD oil. I have the best sleep I've ever had in my life. And they say number one factor with mental health is lack of sleep and staying even. So when you give your child or somebody a drug that says what the side effects are, and then we view a plant that's grown in the ground as a level 1, it's in the same vein as heroin. So as I learn and become educated about this amazing resource and hemp, I'm like, wow. I mean, it became illegal in George Washington days. You were actually put in jail for not raising a hemp crop. Ford Motor created a car out of hemp, and it was they took a sledgehammer to it, no denting. Building materials. I have a guy that's created deck stain out of hemp, and it lasts 20 years. So this is the beginning, and we're so grateful to the state fairgrounds for letting us do this event, which will really has gone international, and Oregon is going to become the hub of the cannabis industry. So what this is going to mean financially, when I first got into the business, my kids came home from school and said, "Is your mom a drug dealer?" And I said, "No, I'm not a drug dealer." But now all of those naysayers are coming to me saying, "How do I get involved in the industry?" So it's I call it my bailout. I never got my bailout. Being in business for 30 years, all the banks did, everybody did, survived 2 recessions. And so being able to apply my wedding and event business to this industry has been phenomenal. And now I've got wedding businesses that want to do canna bars. I think that would pretty much mellow out the guests, right? Right? I'm really only been involved in knowing about the plant for a year and a half, and I'm calling it cannabis years because I feel like it's been about 10 or 15. Learning about these growers, I just spoke with for Grow for Vets, 2 veterans who were in combat for 2 years, and this gentleman said that he wanted to commit suicide. And he sat here and told me that he started growing, and the love for the plant and keeping the plant alive kept him alive. So I think that's huge, and for them to get relief. And what is amazing for me in this industry is it's a model industry. put the cannabis aside. I saw a Facebook post, somebody saying, how do you give back? And there were 45 different posts saying, I give to compassionate care. Savant Plant Technologies opens up his doors and hands it out to veterans. Veterans offered to come help at the show for free. And talking to law enforcement, they think that why is it not legal? I mean, this is a plant that calms people down. And actually, I think if more people smoked, there would be a lot more love and less guns in this world. Less guns. So what we have to deal with is from here up, we do not consider this important. We just want to treat everything down. And we need to start concentrating on the mind, because all the issues and people that have, I had a doctor that we took our son to, and he said he did a study of 300 kids, and he said the one common denominator why they had either done random acts or hurt themselves was they were either on something that was wrong, not being monitored, and he said that if cannabis helps him sleep and stay even, then why not? I had a man walk through the doors today. That's the cool part about this event, is that we opened it to the public. Typically it's been closed and we haven't been able to showcase. What industry do you have an event but you can't showcase your product? Okay? It's a plant. It's agriculture. Seriously, agriculture. And I'm going to grab this really quick, but one of my favorite things that came out in the last couple of days is from Oregon Department of Agriculture, put it in their newsletter, and the Modern Farmer did an article, and I think this pretty much sums it up. Their last paragraph said, it might sound goofy or even contrarian, I can't say it, but marijuana's presence at the state fair is actually one of the most down-to-earth realizations of the legalization movement. Only at the state fair can marijuana be recognized for what it is, a crop, nothing more, nothing less. Farmers. My grandpa was a farmer. So the people that created the MRX machines, farmers, were in the produce business, family-run business. And Peggy, who's one of our volunteers here, was bedridden with lupus. Her son is now her grower, and she's running marathons. So it's a miracle. So this is what I talk about when I talk about love. That plant right there, it's the most beautiful thing. I don't want any more roses. Give me a marijuana plant.